Amy, do you want to start with Vinny at the front, please? Is that all right? Thank you. We all set? Sorry? Yep. Okay.
Jordan, first of all, how is the mood when it looked at one point on Sunday as if the unlikely would happen? And will this season only be regarded as a great season if you yourself go on to lift the European Cup for a second time?
The mood's good, to be honest. Training was very good today. I felt the lads, I can see the excitement in them, ready for the weekend. That's good. Of course, we're disappointed on Sunday with the outcome, coming so close and then finding out what was happening in the other game was tough to take. But I couldn't be more proud of the lads for this season and how we've competed in every single competition. We've given absolutely everything, played the maximum number of games that we could have played. Won 2 trophies so far and got a big opportunity on Saturday to win another. So it's all positive here. Really good morale in the camp, and yeah, we just can't wait to get going again on Saturday and give absolutely everything one last time this season and try and get over the line to bring the Champions League trophy back to Liverpool.
But do you need that Champions League trophy to elevate it to a great season?
Well, we want it. We want it badly. I think other people will judge that. For us, we couldn't have done any more, really. If you look at the grand scheme of things in all of the games that we play. And we've put ourselves in an unbelievable opportunity for Saturday to go and be in another Champions League final. And I'm not really focused on what that brings afterwards. I'm all focused on that game. That's all I'm focused on. I'm not really interested in whether that'll make it a good season or not or whatever. I think for us, all focus is on the Champions League final, and then we'll assess after that.
This is kind of one for you both as well, because Mo has spoken about having a score to settle against Madrid after what happened in 2018. So, Jordan, how do you first of all see it?
Yeah, we've had a few laughs about that, to be fair. He didn't mean to say that, did you, Mo? No, I think, to be honest, I can understand from Mo's point of view. You know, it was a very emotional time for him, you know, to come off in that game in the way he did and get injured. It was tough. It was tough for him. It was tough for all of us. So I get it. But for me, you don't need any more motivation than the Champions League final. That's all the focus is on is going and performing. That's all we dreamt of as kids, to play in big games, and it doesn't get much bigger than the Champions League final against Madrid. We know it'll be really tough. You know, they're a fantastic side, world-class players all over the pitch. So we know we need to be at 100% if we're going to have any chance of winning. But that's always the case in football, and this is no different. So yeah, we're ready, and we'll give it absolutely everything in Paris.
Mo, how much or how strong is that feeling of revenge, motivation for this Champions League final?
Well, I'm very motivated to the roof, I think. After what happened, especially with Madrid last time, and also after what happened on Sunday, everybody's motivated to win the Champions League because this is like unbelievable trophy for us. And I think every season we fight for it since I came here. And I think everybody's excited for it.
I know you've been asked this question a lot this season, so I will ask it again. Would European Cup success make you more likely to sign a new contract? How close are you to finalising your future? And how likely are you to stay here beyond next season?
That's 3 questions. That's 3 different questions.
3 in 1.
I think in my mind, I don't focus about the contract at the moment. I don't want to be selfish at all. I even said about that like 2 months ago or 1 month ago. It's about the team now. It's a really important week for us. I can say I'm just focused with the team. I want to win the Champions League again. I want to see Hendo having the trophy again in his hand and hopefully give it to me after. I'm just focused with the team. Really, I don't want to talk about the contract now because it's like we have a long time. I'm staying next season for sure. That's clear. I'm staying next season. So let's see after that.
Good luck.
Thank you. We'll go to Julia next, if we can.
Jordan, when the manager sort of set that mission back in the winter about winning every game, remaining unbeaten. Did you envisage that you would be where you are now as a team with this final, and obviously what you achieved in the Premier League and the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup as well?
We always have belief. I mean, if you we'll go back to the start of the season, you know, we always say that we want to compete in every single competition. It's pretty difficult to do that, but I feel as though we couldn't have done any more this season in every single competition that we've played, and that comes from the young lads from the academy all the way through to the first team, staff and squad. We've given absolutely everything all season, and we've performed very well, and rightly so. We've been in all competitions right until the very end. Saturday is a huge opportunity to finish the season off on a high, and we'll do everything in our power to be able to do that.
I just wonder, from a fun point of view, for both of you as well, I mean, do you use emojis? Are you kind of emoji kind of people with messages and stuff like that? I just wondered if you had an emoji to sum up the season, which kind of emoji it would be.
She's asking me.
I'll tell you.
I'm asking both of you.
I'll tell you after Saturday.
What about you, Mo?
The same.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Carl at the front, please.
I just one for Jordan. Jordan, hello.
Sorry.
You're right. Just going back to the final against Real, how you felt personally after that final?
Very low point, of course, in my career. To get so close to your dream, and then for it to be taken away right at the last hurdle was pretty tough to take. So it was a pretty tough time in that moment to lose to Madrid. But looking back, you know, I learnt a lot from that. We all did, and we used that experience to be better, be stronger, and to win it the year after made it even more special.
And just same question to Mo, really. I mean, similar sort of things, Fiona. We sort of how you felt. We saw you obviously walking through with your arm in a sling and stuff. Do you recall that? Have you blocked it out or?
Well, I think I remember when I went out after 30 minutes or something. That was like the worst moment in my career. I was really down in that time, because like playing the Champions League, I had a good season that time, and just playing the Champions League, you came off after 30 minutes. Like the worst thing could happen to any football player. And after the game, I knew the result, because I was in the hospital. I came back, I knew the result from Henderson, to be fair. And I was like, we cannot lose this way. Like I really was like, I never felt that feeling before in football, especially this first Champions League for all of us, or most of us. So we lost it. We were very disappointed. But I think after that summer, we came back, we talked to each other. I think Hendo and Mili talk in the dressing room, if I remember right, and they say we go again for everything, and we managed to win it the year after. So that was also kind of revenge in a way, but I think we managed in the best way possible.
You were in such good form that season. Do you think you were maybe targeted in that final as if they isolate you, then they almost stop the team?
I don't know. I think as a team we're doing good. I'm having a good season. Very good one, actually. And I just try to help the team to win games. That's the most important thing for me.
Okay, we'll go to Paul next, please.
Mo, I was just wondering, how do you get over the disappointments that you've had with Egypt this season? How do you get stronger and carry on with your form? Who do you turn to get over that?
Well, I think I didn't have time really to think much about that. I was really disappointed after what happened with the national team. Then I just I came back to England. I think a day after I was in training, just carry on, go play Watford game. I didn't want to think about it. I felt in that time like, look, there is 3-4 other trophies you can win. Just go for them. And I gave it a try. I gave my best. And until Sunday, I think we were close to win the 3, but we were unlucky because City also a good team. They did great against Villa, and they won the game. So I just, in my mind, just realistic a little bit. I'm trying to think positive all the time, and I failed after Egypt. Like, we have a Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Champions League, Premier League with the team. Nothing else you can do, so just try to give your best for the team.
Okay, we'll go to Dom in the middle, please.
John, just two things. One, I think nobody's played more games this season than you. How are you feeling physically in terms of, obviously you're out the England squad, just talk about that. And two, when you reach a Champions League final, it's obviously the third in 5 years, do you approach them now as if, like, well, you could both answer this really, do you cherish them more now thinking it might be your last? Because it's an incredible run, it's not going to continue, football isn't like that. Do you both think this may be the last chance and you have to grasp it?
You never know when the last chance or the last opportunity is, so that's why the next opportunity is the biggest one. And this opportunity on Saturday is huge. You know, it's everything to us as a team, as players, and that's why we'll give it absolutely everything. You never know what's going to happen in the future, especially in football. Things can change so quickly, so you've got to cherish every moment and you've got to be ready whenever the opportunities come. But we've worked for a long period of time to get these opportunities. They don't just happen. We've worked tirelessly for years together as a group, and then when you get the opportunity you need to be ready and give everything, and I know this team's ready to perform, and we'll do that Saturday, and hopefully that's enough for us to win the Champions League.
Physically?
Physically, I think, again, probably my numbers speak for themselves this season. I played a lot of games, I felt really good, you know. Mo's give us a few tips on recovery, which I've learned from, and it's helped us a lot. So, yeah, this season for me personally has been really positive, and I've been really fresh for majority of the season. Like I said, it's probably the most I've ever played, number of games wise. I think including internationals, maybe over 60. So yeah, that's pretty special for me, especially when you get into your 30s and people start questioning, are you getting too old all the time? It's nice to sort of put out them numbers and perform as well. So yeah, just very grateful that I could stay fit this season, and then hopefully, like you touched on with England, I spoke to Gareth a few days ago, and we spoke about the summer and what was best for me, but also the team. And with the amount of games, with the Champions League final, with other players in the squad that's going to be playing, he felt as though that the best thing for me was to have a rest, have a break, and make sure that I was ready to go again next season in the best possible condition, and hopefully that'll be a positive for Liverpool, yes, but also England when the World Cup comes.
What were the tips you gave me?
The secrets? We can't keep them.
No, I don't. I will not talk about that. If you want to say it, you can say it. I don't talk about that.
Okay, Dom, if you can pass the mic forward, we'll go to Carl. We'll take the last couple of questions before Jürgen comes through.
First from Mo, a player who came in January, Diaz. How impressed have you been with him? He's been brilliant, hasn't he, since he came in the door?
He doesn't speak in English, so we are not. No, I think he's a great player. He made a huge difference our games, especially like Benfica away, Villarreal away. Sorry, he's doing good. We have a lot of players speak Spanish and Portuguese as well. He's a very important player for us, and I think he's doing good.
And Jordan, you've got the parade on Sunday, so how much motivation does it give you to win that Champions League trophy, to show it off to the fans again on Sunday? Because you couldn't show them the league title off, could you? So how much are you looking forward to that as well?
I'm not really thinking about that too much, to be honest. My full focus is on the game on Saturday, and but yeah, you're right. Hopefully we can perform, we can do the business in Paris, and obviously bring the Champions League trophy back to Liverpool would be extra special, and something that the team and the fans deserve, I feel. But we know that's never easy. It's going to be really tough, and we've just got to be fully focused on the game, and give everything like we have all season, and see what happens.
Okay, Carl, if you can pass the microphone back, we'll take the final question there, please.
Jordan, I spoke to Phil Thompson earlier this week. He said that lifting the European Cup with Liverpool as the captain was the greatest moment in his sporting career. Where does it rank for you, and what would it mean to do it a second time?
Yeah, I would say winning the Champions League in Madrid was probably the biggest moment in my career so far, for sure, the most special. To get over the line, to finally win the Champions League, to missing out so close on the year before. It was a really emotional time for me, for the lads, for everyone involved. So I definitely put it there as number one in my career so far. And that's why I have even more motivation to sort of get that feeling back again. Hopefully on Saturday, that would be nice, and we can celebrate it again.
I'm sure you guys know the history, but 1981 in Paris, Liverpool against Real Madrid. Alan Kennedy scored. Who's going to be your unlikely match winner this time?
Hopefully me.
Okay, great. We'll leave it there, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
The good news, we saw Fabinho and Joe Gomez training. The bad news, there was no Thiago out there. So how serious is the injury? We're taking it as a bad sign at the minute. What chance has he got of playing on Saturday?
I only met him now inside, a good chance, so he will be training this afternoon. He did some stuff this morning, was not planned that he's doing this session with the players, and in a moment it looks like he can be part of training tomorrow. That would be pretty helpful, obviously, and then we go from there. So it's surprisingly good. Then after the game I was not really positive about it, but we got news then at night already that doesn't look that bad, and from there we went, and now we will see. But it's I can imagine that there were things now 3 days before a game, cannot train. Yeah, but we just have to be sure that we do the right stuff in the right moment, and that's what we try.
Congratulations on your Manager of the Year awards as well.
Thank you.
Given the way Sunday went, what job have you had to do, though, as the manager, to pick the players up once again? Is it similar to 2019 or different because Sunday was that bit more dramatic?
It's different and not different because, at the same time, because on Sunday it was harder, but just because of the script, the story of the match day. So if City would have been 3-0 up after 12 minutes, and then it's a completely normal situation, what you could expect and these kind of things. But with being 2-0 down, the typical drama, we are kind of involved, and us obviously struggling to score the second goal. And that made it then directly after the game obviously slightly harder. But since then it's all the same. We are met this morning again. Obviously we are all in a good mood. Life is like this. If you are healthy, what the boys obviously are, life gives you opportunities again and again, and in this case it's a Champions League final, so we see that nobody feels the pain from Sunday anymore. We are really just looking forward to this game against an incredibly strong opponent, most experienced opponent you can probably get in this competition, but we are really looking forward.
Obviously outside of the club it'll be regarded as a great season if you're able to add the European Cup. I know you will look at it as a great season anyway because of the levels that you've reached this season, but what is your message to the players to effectively go out and grasp this opportunity now?
No, it would be without that. Champions League final would be a great season. With the Champions League, winning the Champions League would be a fantastic season, easy as that. So there are still levels. That's absolutely fine. We don't think because we won our two competitions and were close in the third competition that this, we wouldn't care about that. That's of course not the case. No. It's you never know how often you will reach a Champions League final. You better use the few opportunities you get. So for us, it's now really special. The third time in the last 5 years. That's really special with this group, and we obviously had all downs and ups in our own Champions League history. And we will face the team. So we were in the last 5 years 3 times there. I don't know exactly the number, but Real Madrid in the last 10 years won it probably 5 times or at least 4 times. So that makes it really special. So that's how I said. And a lot of these players were always involved in these kind of games. So it will be a great game. I really think the world will be red or white on this match day, and that's exactly how it should be. It's real. Historically, 2 teams were always strong in this competition, and now in the presence as well, which is a good sign. Competing with this kind of calibers is the best thing you can do. But obviously we are not going there just to be part of, that's clear. Anyway, to be 100% honest, I can't wait to go there. And not because I think, it's Real Madrid, let them kick them or whatever, not at all. I know how difficult it will be. It's just having the chance to go again for it is really special.
Thank you. BBC Merseyside, we'll go across there, and then we'll go to the lady there who sat behind Chris McKenna for the TV.
Hi Jürgen. 5 of the last 6 games you conceded first, but your team has come back to get results. You can't really do that against the Real Madrid side because they can make 1-0 into 2-0 into 3-0, can't they?
Yeah, we never won it in the other games, but it's always really interesting. So you prepare, obviously, game or press conference completely different to what I do. I would never pick out a negative thing and start from that point. Or go in a meeting and tell the boys, times in the last 6 games we conceded the first goal. That's like, you want to have it again. If you want to have it again, you start talking like this. So maybe you can learn that for life. Use it for private life, not for press conferences, okay. But it's... I couldn't care less. It's about the situation was incredibly tricky. You cannot compare this situation which we had. We played in each game we played was a final for us. In each game we had to make plenty of changes. We had to find our feet a little bit in different games. But okay, you change a lot, and then first chance of the opponent is a goal, and then you have to strike back. We could have scored first in most of these games. Didn't happen, but we stayed on track. It says much more how we reacted on a setback, and a setback can be a goal, must not be a goal, but can be a goal, and how we react on that. That prepares you for the big games, and that's, if we want, well, these games probably the best preparation we could get for this final. It's not about not conceding the first, it's about reacting on all the things what happen in a game, because you think a Champions League final will arrive and it will just go your way. That's really naive. Just not, was not never the case, will not be the case this time. It's just it's a constant reaction of the things what happen, the things happening in a final. Can be good things, and then you have to do it again. Can be bad things, and you have to try to get momentum back. All these kind of things. It's a really long game, potentially 120 minutes. I don't know, but you need to stay on track whatever happens, and that's what the boys did in these games. In these last 6 games, obviously, or in 5 games where we were 1-0 down, and that's the only thing I'm interested in.
Carlo Ancelotti, he's been successful for so long, hasn't he? The longevity, he's brilliant, isn't he? So how highly would you rate him as a competitor?
I'm sure my English is not good enough to find a word exactly for that. He's for sure. What Carlo is for me, he's obviously one of the most successful managers in the world, but he's a role model, really. In the way how he deals with all the success, he's one of the best people you can ever meet. I think everybody would tell you that. It's just he's a fantastic company, a really nice guy, and we have a really good relationship. It got a bit of a break when he was at Everton, because we both respect this part of the business too much, as we would have gone out for dinner a couple of times. We didn't do that at all. But the respect for him from my side couldn't be bigger. He's incredible. He's pure experience, and yeah, very, very, very successful. I'm not sure he won everywhere, everything, and will never stop. So I really respect that, but that doesn't mean anything for this particular game, obviously.
Thank you. We'll go to the lady from the television there, and then I think we try and get the microphone to ITV at the back, and then down to Carl Markham. You next, yes.
Hi, I'm from Greece, Elena Papadopoulou.
From Greece.
In all previous finals, there was great pressure on the team and perhaps on you, and it were even a funny situation about any conversation about either you were a loser or a winner. Now that you have won it, is it finally the final you can enjoy? Are the feelings different?
Oh, yeah, I can tell it's different, definitely. So it's nice that I don't have to talk about today about the last 6 finals I lost or whatever. It's really much nicer. But it's part of my story. I cannot change that. So with all the finals we played before, and it was only one Champions League final, but a lot of other finals, obviously, as well. For me, I mean, the journey is as important. Qualify for a final is in all sports in the world incredibly big. But in the end, there can be only one winner, and you have to be ready for that. And maybe you have to learn that, and maybe I had to learn a bit harder, a bit longer. Maybe I needed to prepare the teams better, whatever. Sometimes you need luck. Well, let me say it like this, you always need luck. We didn't always have luck, that's true as well. But yes, it's a massive difference that we won it already, but we faced a team who won it, majority of this team probably 3 times. Toni Kroos, I think, won it 3 times already, probably Luka Modric as well, Casemiro as well. Yeah, so some Benzema for sure, so these kind of things. So if we are now in a better place, what are they then? That's a massive advantage. Then they won already 3 times. Doesn't mean they will be a bit softer. I couldn't see that in the semi-final. I couldn't see that in the quarter-final. I couldn't see that in the last 16. So they are obviously the desire is on a maximum level from their side, and will be on a maximum level from our side. But it feels better to know you have won it already than you never won it before.
Terrific. Okay, we'll go to ITV. Then if we can have the microphone down to Carl Markham, and then after ITV we'll go to the Anfield wrap. Goodbye. Yes.
Hi, Jürgen. Would you have any extra motivation after what happened in 2018 against Real Madrid?
No. It's clear, so that this was a harsh night for us. It was really tough to take. The circumstances, the way the goal, we conceded the goals, the injury of Mo, of course. A lot of things happened that night. We came there a little bit on three wheels, if that makes sense. Like it was a long season as well. That's how it always is when you play a Champions League final before. And players came back just in time to make it to the final, so then when we had to change, we couldn't replace Mo 1-2-1. So that was the story of that Champions League year, if you want. And I don't believe in revenge. I don't think you... But I understand it as well. So it's not I just but don't believe. I don't think if you ever heard that revenge is a fantastic idea. So, no, yeah. That's good. Yeah, but we also, I understand it, but I'm not sure it's the right thing to do. And for us, I understand that what Mo said, that he said, I want to put it right. I want to put it right. In Germany, we say, you always meet twice in life. So, and that sounds more as a threat than it actually is. It's just like behave better in the first moment, because if you meet again, yeah, you will get the reception. And don't say, or the reaction. So it is all fine between me and us and Real Madrid. It's a football game on the highest level. And if whoever thinks it's a good idea to give us the opportunity to win it this time, I think it would be a great story. But it will not happen, because what happened in 2018 just will happen if we make the right decisions on a pitch, and I hope we can do that.
And just one more, if I may. Sir Alex Ferguson, the last manager to win 2 Champions Leagues with an English team. What would it mean for you to follow that and for you to win a second Champions League?
Oh, my reputation, I couldn't care less. Honestly, I forget these things as quick as they happen, and it's absolutely fine. It's not. I will not win a Champions League, no chance. If then the boys will sort that for all of us. It would be great if we could do that. It's an incredible time we are in. We know 3 times in 5 years is exceptional. If we could do that again, it would mean 6 times in 10 years, which is obviously ridiculous. This competition is really difficult. It's really, really difficult. And we did it now the 3rd time, really special. And we really want to give it a go, a proper go. And then we will see.
We go to Carl Markham for one, then we'll go to, if we can get the microphone to give out at the back there, that'd be great. Thank you very much.
Hi again. After Saturday, you will have 5 players who are in the last 12 months of their contract. I'm just wondering, does the result of the final have any bearing, do you think, on their futures from their point of view or from the club's point of view?
No. Not at all. What do you mean? If we win it, then they want to go. If we don't, or they want to go now, or
I'm not too sure what players think, but they think, you know.
We are in talks with all the players. It's just not a moment to talk about the results of these talks. So, but it's not. None of them is sitting there and has no idea what we are planning, what we are doing, all these kind of things. No. So it is all clear.
Has reaching the final not interfered, but affected thinking or talking about their future?
No, that would mean that we need to have negative talks. No. It's just not the time. It's like we play every 3 days. You ask the players, no. The players have this idea, we have this idea. Sometimes they match immediately, sometimes not, and then you work together. We know each other for ages, so it's all fine.
Super. So maybe the last couple, we'll wrap it up. So we'll come to you, James, but Gillo first, and then Rory, and then James, and that probably will call it there. Yes.
First of all, thanks for waiting till we can travel freely before getting to another final. We all appreciate that. Obviously, there won't be as many Liverpool fans as we'd all like in there, but we know when you go out on Saturday, you'll see a sea of red. It's been 2 finals already this season, but the European ones are extra special. What a boost is it for you guys, the players, when you come out to see so much of the stadium, is red behind you?
the best I can imagine. I had no idea how much I loved the Carabao Cup final until we played it. It was an exceptional occasion. I loved each second of it. I think it was an absolutely exceptional game. It was 120 minutes, up and down, both teams, really high level. Not a lot of goals, obviously, until we started shooting the penalties, and then we saw a lot of goals, too many actually. Same with the FA Cup final. It's absolutely, I love this kind of two colors. It's absolutely great. I think in this specific moment now, because the Champions League final, I really think the world is either white or red on that particular day, because I think there are some people, obviously, they don't like us too much, and they then will support Real Madrid, and there are some people who don't like Madrid too much, and they will support us, and all the rest is anyway on our side, let me say like this, and that's really that's really cool. It gives you a massive boost. It shows the importance of the game. As much as we love, or how much we love playing at Anfield, you see hopefully with the performances. So that's the best thing you can have. Like 90% of the supporters are on your side. In a final, it's 50%. That's the best you can get in an away game. I can't wait to see that.
Cheers. Yes, Rory from the New York Times.
Hi.
And James Pearce to finish. Yes.
Jürgen, just wondering, I don't know how much
Where are we?
I'm here.
Oh,
Hello.
sorry.
I don't know how much of Real's run to the final that you've seen, or how much you've kind of watched it back in the last couple of days.
Which final?
This one. Their run to this. Their run. To
their run to this final. Now I have it. Okay. Yeah.
It's been quite dramatic. What does your analysis say about a team that seems to kind of just conjure stuff almost from nowhere? Like, how do you prepare for that? How do you simulate it? How do you begin to work out how you're going to react to it?
There are different aspects of an analyze, obviously. So if you now would take only the last 10 minutes of all the last knockout stages they had, and would say, okay, they're pretty much unbeatable, clear, no chance. So because the comebacks they had are really special, really special. But these games were all longer than only these last 10 minutes, and obviously they had to come back in moments. That's just like it is. So the other team were in the lead. I think when you remember the PSG game, there were a lot of chances PSG missed, which they usually use. But Madrid kept the door open, or PSG in this moment left the door open, maybe hits it more. But one is for sure, this team is full of experience. They know exactly how to approach a game, especially a final. We felt that harshly in 2018 final, that they had a massive advantage that night to us. That was clear. Since then, we gained a lot of experience ourselves, which is very helpful. So the team is you can see in all situations that they are full of confidence. In the 1-1 situations with the ball, really, everybody's so calm on the ball, really relaxed here and there. The way they build up is very confident, technically highest level, not overly complicated, but that's good for them because football is not that complicated. They bring the right players in the right positions. In the end, when they get up front, different opportunities. The speed from the wingers, the flexibility and the presence from Benzema, these kind of things. So that's pretty much what they do in a game. And then if they have to, they could now 3 times really strike back in a spectacular way. But these kind of things are not guaranteed. So it's not that I have to mention it now constantly and say, by the way, if we are not 4-0 up, 10 minutes to go, then they will definitely score 5 goals. So it's not like this. It's just clear they are able to do special stuff, and that's what we knew anyway. So it's like this, and analyze like this. You have to make sure that the boys, my boys, know how good they are. If we let them do this, and this, and we have to show them what we can do, that they cannot show how good they are in this, and this situation. And their finishing skills, like not finishing in the sense of scoring goals, but finishing games off, are obviously pretty impressive. It's all clear. But we are not here by any kind of magic. It's not that we are, oh my God, how did we get in the Champions League final? We deserve this as well. And my boys played a sensational group phase. First time, I heard now, didn't know it, but first time an English team won all 6 games in a group stage, which is absolutely exceptional in the group of death, how you probably named it as well. And then we had hard moments to come over. Again, the away games were absolutely exceptional. It's pretty special that everybody speaks, and rightly so, about our European nights at Anfield. But this year, we sorted the knockout stages away and brought it over the line at home somehow. And that's pretty special as well. That just shows we as well have different ways to win football games. That's not only one way. And I really want to focus on us, with all respect to Real Madrid and Carlo Ancelotti. I know how good they are, but they cannot go in the game and just constantly talk and think about Real Madrid as they are in this last 10 minutes or 5 minutes against Man City.
2 minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes. If that would be our opponent for 90 minutes, that would be really tricky. But thank God, there are 88 more minutes, and we have to make sure that we get the game in the right.
Long day, media-wise. Yeah, still more to come. Yeah, the microphone's coming, James, if you can just hold fire. Thank you. This is concluding it, guys. Okay.
Hi, Jürgen. Back in 2019, you had 3 weeks to prepare between the end of the Premier League season and the Champions League final. You had a training camp in Spain, a friendly, and obviously the concern then was rhythm, because there'd been a big gap. Obviously, this time around, it's a very different dynamic with the quick turnaround. How different is that when you're trying to prepare a team for a big final, and is that a positive or a negative, the fact that it is a much shorter gap this time?
Massive difference, absolutely massive difference, but not a problem, because we know it. I think 2016, when we played the European League final, that was, I think, 3 days after last match day. That's a problem. So definitely. After the season was similarly long, I'm pretty sure. 63 games as well, probably. Really crazy. And so that's a problem. But a week is great. So we had 2 days off where the boys could do, not all of us, some players had to do this and that, but the players who played now all the time had 2 days off. And we met this morning again, because that's how we tried to do it the whole season through, that we really tried to give the boys as many days at home as possible in an incredibly tight, intense schedule. And now we are here, and we are fresh, and we are full of excitement about the opportunity and these kind of things. So 3 weeks is actually too long, but we used it well, because we knew it. If you qualify for it, then you have 3 weeks, so you plan it and everything is fine. I think that time we made 5-6 days off. We gave the boys a week off, and then we had 2 weeks to prepare the final. We did that, and it was fine. And this time, yeah, we don't have that much time. That's good as well. Now we know it. We did what we wanted to do today, and we do what we want to do tomorrow and on Friday at Paris, and then we will be ready. So everything around 6-7 days is absolutely fine. Lesser is not so cool, but that's what you have to take. How you get it, that's obviously the case. No, all good.
Thank you so much, everyone. I think we'll go out that door, so we've got to go that way.
We go there?
Yes, we'll go that way.
I'm still interviewed.
It's lucky, yeah.